Ladies and gentlemen, welcome. It is Tuesday, and you know what that means. It is GRLCS 2020, Diamond Capped. I'm Vid, joined here by Asami, and we're here to bring you some Revenge Nation Black versus GSM.
Yeah, and really, that's going to be more interesting. But before we talk about anything, let's go ahead and introduce these teams. For the red side, we do have GSM. We got GRLCS on the set. In the top lane, we got Shaco Name as the Grave in the jungle, Taya as the LeBlanc in the mid lane, Arito, Torchic, and Himana as the Jhin and the Nautilus.
Yeah, GSM on the red side, 3-1 currently. Heading them up on the blue side is Revenge Nation Black at 1-3 as they're getting invaded here. But we do have Fuzzy Mangoes in the top lane on Shen, Serenity in the jungle on Lilia, Exercise in the mid lane on Vladimir, and Vanilla 7 and Potatoes God in the bot lane on Caitlyn and Leona.
Yep, and kind of a tale of two different stories here, where you have one team that's been super successful and the other team is still trying to find some kind of way to get into the success range.
Yeah, and we're starting to run out of weeks for them to do that. Of course, with a 9-week season, you only get 9 games, so we are at the halfway point here. Going into the second half of the only round robin that we're doing, Revenge Nation Black being at 1-3, they are on the bottom end of the standings, and they can't really afford to fall any further behind.
Yeah, and really, I think for them, with the team that they have, they're obviously going to be playing around this Caitlyn and the Vladimir a lot, but they do have super strong late game. While on the other side, you have the Jhin and who's going to be a main issue, and the LeBlanc won't be too much of an issue if she doesn't do what assassins do best, which is, assassinate.
Yeah, this is definitely going to be a hard one for Revenge Nation to stay ahead, or to stay in the game early, because you've got basically Lilia, Vladimir. That's going to be pretty much entirely useless pair of champions until you're into the later stages of the game. Caitlyn, on the other hand, does have that power trough, so she needs to push her aggression early. But then, if this Revenge Nation Black team can get to that 30-minute point where Vladimir can just take over a team fight, Lilia can just wreak havoc through it, that's where they win, because GSM doesn't really have the late game carries to match up to them on a toe-to-toe basis in those 3 lanes.
Yeah, and really, it's going to come down to just if they can execute. The last game that I was casting, there was great execution for picks, but other than that, nothing really to it. They just couldn't get anything to happen during team fights. So if that same result happens in this game, then it's going to be super tough for Revenge Nation Black.
Yeah, and of course, they need to pull this off and keep themselves above water. But on the flip side, GSM does have that timer ticking because all of their champions do scale off. I think Graves and Lilia have been contested so much on the world stage in professional play, and that's because they are the 2 strongest right now, but there is a gank coming in. It's a 3-man, and wow, Exercise has no hope here. First blood picked up by GRLCS, who actually walked his way down from top lane.
Yeah, and that's just the luxury of having a pushed in lane. I mean, with Lilia just exposing herself in the mid lane, wanting to punish Taya just because she is the LeBlanc, like, yes, it's a good idea. However, you also have to look at the lane state and if you know where the jungler is or not. So really, GRLCS was just able to walk down knowing that Fuzzy Mangoes can't really push too hard as a Shen who still hasn't backed. And other than that, really, we just said, all right, everything's in our hands. We can just easily countermatch you.
Yeah, and GRLCS has always really been a kind of like top lane island player, playing a lot for that 1v1. You see a lot of solo kills happen in his lanes, whether they're for or against him. But here you see him actually utilizing the champion to its potential and kind of punishing the Shen because he can't push yet. Before he gets the Tiamat shot, Shen can't stop anyone from pushing into him. So General Vici making sure. However, he does have to burn that flash. He does get over aggressive, and Fuzzy Mangoes almost kills him.
Yeah, I mean, it was kind of bound to happen since the Haymaker was still coming off of cooldown. So Fuzzy Mangoes just took advantage of it, making sure he can land that taunt and then just get free damage onto him. So it was super well done by Fuzzy, knowing that Haymaker's down, I can get some free damage in, but General Vici can just heal that up.
Yeah, and of course, General Vici is still going to be fairly far ahead. He did get that first blood on the roam, and he didn't even lose CS for it because Fuzzy Mangoes was not able to either freeze the wave or shove it in. And now General Vici is going to get a little bit of damage off. I'm waiting to see if these two will back before Fuzzy Mangoes hits that 6, gets that Stand United. General Vici did just hit 6. Fuzzy Mangoes still waiting on it for a little bit.
Yeah, if General Vici had his flash, there could have possibly been a moment where General Vici just says, "All right, I can just flash and ult you under tower, get another kill there, and then force the TP out from Fuzzy." But not having that flash up could be very costly.
Yeah, it basically it's costing him nearly a free kill. With as large as this wave is, General Vici could be able to flash in and just, you know, suplex him back in and keep him away from that turret. Wow, Exocai actually going to burn the Hemoplague here, keeping Taya away from him. That Ignite is coming off cooldown in a couple seconds here for that LeBlanc, so Exocai might be wanting that, wanting that ult cooldown in a little bit.
Yeah, and I mean, Taya just kind of just forced it out of him, knowing that he could just go up to him, get the landing of that root there, and
oh, and there's the Fool, and then that forces the flash. Exocai has to burn the flash and the Stand United as well from Fuzzy Mango, so that's 2 very large cooldowns committed for not very much of GSMs.
yeah, there's a flash that's burned, Hemoplague still coming up, the Stand United, which I think, I mean, it was a good call. Theoretically, if the hook did happen, then yes, you saved the Vladimir, but because of that flash, it kind of is just like, well, we got 2 costs down, and with the Dragon being up, and our ADC is probably going to be more stronger than their ADC, we should be fine.
Yeah, this isn't really any nothing bad is really happening here for Revenge Nation Black. They're just using the cooldowns that they don't necessarily need to use at any given moment. I think that was just a little bit of miscommunication, where Fuzzy Mangoes just saw that his mid laner was getting low and used it without consulting first. Of course, the flash being used meant that, you know, there was no hope for the Stand United to be used as a playmaking tool where they did actually have a man advantage in the 3v2 in the mid lane.
Yeah, but, you know, at least you know that your top laner is paying very close attention. So that's always a bright thing to see, to know that your top laner is making sure that no one's going to fall, even if a flash has to be burnt. He's making sure that his Vladimir stays alive, and keeping him alive and at least close to this LeBlanc is going to be all fine and dandy, especially if he does have that CS lead, even if it is the tiny margin.
Yeah, it's, I mean, being even against an assassin as a scaling champion is always, that's winning the lane for all intents and purposes. The fact that Exocai only handed over, I think it was 100 gold, 100 gold assist for that first blood to Taya, and he himself is, you know, basically even in CS. This is great for the mid lane, but in the bot lane, there is an Ignite and a heal burned here as Himana trades with Vanilla. Oh, here comes the curtain call, however. Potato God will be taking some damage, but Vanilla's going to have to flash. The 4th shot of the curtain call is going to go wide, but it looks like there is a dive being set up. Vanilla 7's just going to go down. The hook is there. Now the sleep is on. Fuzzy Mangoes picks up a kill. Good kill in the top lane here for Revenge Nation Black, and oh no, Rito Torchic hit under the turret. Taya as well. They both pick aggro, and they both go down to that Leona.
Yeah, and I don't know what happened to the Shen there. I think the Shen died to tower as well. So up top, you lose Shen and you lose your ADCs, while on the other side, you lose your ADC, the mid laner, and the set. But I mean,
Yeah, 2 for 3 across the board, and now a Shaco name may make it 4. XSI tanking turret, he is not going to make the same mistake as everyone else in this game. He will not die under that mid turret.
Yeah, I mean, it was a great idea at first for that tower dive. I mean, I don't know what quite happened afterward because camera was just switching so much between top and bot, but like, it was a great idea having Taya come down. They got the pick onto Vanilla, which was beautiful, and then they said, all right, let's try and finish this up, but there's just so much tower shots being taken. The ultimate from Leona coming out to slow down Rito, which got him killed, and then Taya's auto getting her killed.
Yeah, a little bit of a messy execution there under the turret, but good, good heads up thinking there by Potatoes God, making sure to pull the aggro. And now, Vanilla might be out of position, might actually be losing his life core. Vito Torchic still has the flash. Meanwhile, in the top lane, General Vici and Fuzzy Mangoes going back and forth, but no one's going to find anything of substance.
Yep, and again, Taya is just showing just how dominant she can be, knowing that the lane is just always going to be in their favor. Well,
Flash is going to be used there by Rito Torchic. Double ults by the bot lane of RN Black. That's going to be a worth cooldown trade there.
yeah, I mean, you get the ace in the hole coming out, and really, if Rito Torchic doesn't flash, there's no possibility that he survives. Like he absolutely goes down.
Yeah, he gets hit, he gets stunned up. You've got the Lilia there. She's got her ultimate as well. So good reactive flash there by Rito Torchic. But it will mean that that Jhin is going to be fairly easy pickings here for that Solar Flare.
Yes. However, we do see, instead of going back to the bot lane for what could potentially be another gank, well, Potatoes God just gonna be getting attacked by Taya, but he's actually making the way up to the Herald. So what I'm thinking is that they might try and take out General Vici and then go for the Herald and give Shen more of an upper hand.
Yeah, this is an interesting play here by RN Black, moving up to that top lane. Meanwhile, GSM, they know that Serenity is not on his bot side. They've got that warded out. They will take that take the dragon even before Serenity starts the Herald. It does mean that Shaco name could move to contest. Potato God is going to dodge away from that hook as he walks through the bot side, and both the supports are roaming, and Rito Torchic is resetting with his Infinity Edge here.
Yep, and now Jin's gonna be, well, he's already a threat. Now he's gonna be more of a threat with that fourth shot, and Vanilla might be in trouble here. Alright.
Takes a little bit of damage, but now the flash is going to be used, traded for that depth charge. Potatoes God wants to keep himself away, so a good cooldown trade there. However, Serenity did get that Rift Herald. He could try to bring that mid or top lane and try and get these turret plates down. Just under a minute left until they fall, so you want to get the most use out of that Herald as you possibly can.
Yep, and Exile is just getting poked down and even forced to use the Primo Plague there.
But the dive coming out in the bot lane. Vanilla 7 already going to go down. Himana, great stopwatch there, and now Shaco name taking up the turret. They're not going to make the same mistake as they did last time. Rito Torchic picks up that kill. Meanwhile, General Vici goes down in the top lane, commits all his cooldowns, but cannot stop the onslaught. Looks like the Rift Herald will be falling there as well. And Taya just pops XSI under the turret.
Yeah, and the Showstopper tried to do the kidnapping strat there, but Genovese is just way too low. So Showstopper is burned, first tower is taken, but around the board, it's still just the lead being extended in every single other part. They're making sure that the main priorities, as the LeBlanc and Jhin, they keep ahead, and I mean, Taya's just playing it great.
Yeah, and it seems like Revenge Nation Black, they understand what their game plan is, and they execute on their one winning lane, or not winning lane, their one strong lane, which is Shen. And they pull it off. However, General Vici is always a weak side top laner. He doesn't need a Shaco name to be there. The fact that GSM can get these advantages on the mid and bot sides of the map, and then just let General Vici be set. Just Haymaker and Showstopper the enemy team's carries back into them. That's what they need. That's what they're looking for, and it seems like RN Black's kind of playing into that.
Yeah, I mean, they're not really gonna worry too much about Genovese. I mean, he's gonna be strong no matter what point. But Jin, who's behind, kind of struggles more than some of the other ADCs. I think Saber would probably be the only other ADC that just can't really match up if she falls behind, while Jin's fourth shot keeps him in no matter what.
Yeah, getting such a strong, or I guess such a strong side bot laner, making sure that Jin gets all of the resources that he needs. Meanwhile, they've rotated the mid lane, and Himana will be stunned. That is going to be the Stand United coming out as well. Fuzzy Mangoes is going to get knocked up here by that ultimate curtain call coming out as well. Not going to do all that much damage. Rito Torchic isn't all that fed, but that is a couple of cooldowns committed on both sides, and it's a 5v4 in the mid lane.
Yep, and Taya again forcing out the Hemoplague in the bot lane, so Taya's just making sure X-Knight just can't really hold his own here, so Taya's just being a menace.
He knows that Serenity's here. I don't think he wants to go for it. He doesn't have his Ignite up, but now that that Hemoplague is down, like you just said, Taya could look to force more cooldowns, force that Ghost, the Flash, even just kill Exocai again here. He is the strong one in this 1v1 down here on the bot side, and this is a great move by GSM.
Yeah, and really, I think we haven't spoken too much on it, but like every single moment that Taya can force out that Hemoplague, Taya's taking it, and knowing that Taya can just do that to Exocai, where if a team fight is to kind of break out maybe later on or even slightly before, Taya's always there to make sure no Hemoplague, no 5-man ulti from him, which is always the deadliest when it comes to Vladimir.
Yep, and keeping that Vladimir from being able to team fight, you know, forcing him into that bot side. As LeBlanc, you are going to have the better roam there with your mobility, and you're less important to your team's overall success. However, General Vici, you are the weak side top laner, but that doesn't mean you need everyone to come up here. He is going to get the double stun, but he is seconds away from death here, and Serenity picks up the kill. It's a good one to go on that Lilia.
Yeah, and they're just bullying General Vici. I mean, yeah, they're doing everything right, but at the same time, it feels like they're forgetting about the other lanes to me. Like, they're just like, all right, Caitlyn's there, Vladimir's there. Shen, let's make sure that he's super strong.
Yeah, unfortunately for them, that Shen will fall off at some point. They're going to need the Caitlyn to actually do the work here. Now, Rito Torchic and Himana going to try and 2v2. They're going to find Fuzzy Mangoes with the pull. They've used the ultimate already. The depth charge onto Serenity, who's just too damn fast. That deer is just running all the way home.
Yep, and speaking of that Hemoplague again, guess who's forced it out? Taya.
Oh, good guy, Taya. Ooh. Aggressive flash there by Vanilla7, knowing that Shaco Name doesn't have his flash, he goes for the kill, is not going to actually be able to pick that up, so that is a burned flash by Caitlyn for nothing on the side of GSM.
Yeah, I mean, it was super anxious for him, I guess. Like, going in, trying to get that shutdown gold on him, which is at 150, I mean, that's great. And I loved what Vanilla was trying to do there. Just the net just slightly behind with the dash coming out from Shaco Names.
Yeah, so now the gold has actually been able to pull ahead here for Revenge Nation Black. I'm guessing most of that is going to be on that top jungle duo, with a little bit on the side of Potatoes God, just because he got that double kill under the bot side turret. However, GSM is no longer really in the driver's seat. They need to force themselves back in control of this game, or Revenge Nation Black is going to outscale them. It's at 20 minutes here, and give it 10 more, and that's really where Caitlyn and Vladimir turn into these like unbeatable team fight forces.
Yes, especially since the Vladimir has been keeping up in CS. While, yeah, the kills have hurt him, CSGO is where it's really at.
Teamfight coming out, Himana is going to pull back Vanilla7, and that's actually the Stand United interrupted. GSM managed to find a pick, force cooldowns, and they don't even suffer at all. They can push down this mid lane turret, as they've got 5 men here and only 2 defending for the side of Revenge Nation Black.
Yeah, and you know, the flash would have been great there. So, one mistake capitalized by the side of GSM, knowing that Shagonim was able to bait the flash from Vanilla, they just easily take advantage of it.
Yeah, and that's really the butterfly effect right there. You're seeing Vanilla 7 use his flash, try to get Shagonim, fail to do that, and pay with his life, as well as that Stand United cooldown. And Fuzzy Mangoes isn't even able to get anything aside from pushing the wave in that General VG now catches. Although we do have to watch out, because Exisai and Potatoes God are on the bot side. They may want to look for Taya, because that Solar Flare is available.
Yeah, but a slippery LeBlanc will always be slippery. It's gonna be super hard to lock down Taya, but I do like that they do want to keep Exisai semi-close, knowing that if they can at least keep him close with the CS, close with experience, he's going to become a huge threat, while we still have Vanilla, who's trying to scale up and scale up.
Yeah, so now it is GSM back in the lead because they got that mid lane turret, because they got that pick onto Vanilla 7. But a lot of that is, centered on that set, on that Shaco name as well, because they have the kills on this team. General VG is going for the Death's Dance, is going to make him tankier as well as doing more damage, so we are seeing the Bruiser build rather than the tanky initiator. Now Taya is the subject of aggression, is going to have to force the flash here. Exisai uses the Hemoplague. Taya actually jumps back, and looks like he actually juked out Exisai, fooled him a little bit. Now Serenity may be aggressed on here by Rito Torchic's Jhin, but Taya's just taking him on the run around. I don't think he's going to live this. Takes the ace in the hole, isn't dead yet, but he's brought 3 members down there, and possibly Rito Torchic can find Vanilla here. He's got the curtain call. Vanilla trying to run. That's 1, that's 2. He's found the kill. Taya still isn't dead. He's still taking them all on the run. That's 2 members following Taya and not able to find him. Serenity's coming here. He is going to smite, and Taya is alive. The great escape happens.
Well, we've all heard of Faker Playmaker. This is just Taya escape maker. I mean, what? There's no world where Taya should have actually been able to get away. But as I said, she's just so slippery. You go after the LeBlanc, you can't lock her down. She's, again, forces out Hemoplague, forces out the Solar Flare. Vanilla's baited, and he dies because he's trying to help the team out. Well, Potato God is stuck. He doesn't know whether to help Chase or whether to help his partner. So he's kind of just stuck in, like, purgatory, while Exisai can't catch up. Serenity, as much as he wants to, again, can't catch up, and Taya just survives.
Yeah, and you basically see a breakdown in communication there, where you've got Potatoes God kind of running back and forth, you have Vanilla coming down, he uses the ace in the hole, and it doesn't kill Taya. And he's like, okay, well that's fine, because Exisai and Serenity are chasing. Serenity, on the other hand, is sitting here like, I don't think I can catch him. Exisai is the same way, he's got less mobility, can't land any abilities onto Taya. And finally, at the end of it, Rito, Torchic, and Hamana say, oh, there's a Caitlyn just sitting here in the jungle, we'll take that. They get a free pick, their mid laner gets out. RN Black gets nothing, and at the end of the day, GSM manages to take their 3rd Drake of the game, putting themselves on sole point here. And Rito Torchic may be in trouble. 1 Swirl Seed here by Serenity will do it. Oh, he just flashes instead, shuts him down, and now Stand United is out, is going to catch Hamana here. The Dredge line is available, but GSM doesn't want to do anything without their ADC.
Yeah, and Vanilla canceled the ace in the hole the minute he used it, which was a good idea, just because you did have Himana right there, but the heal was forced to be used from the side of GSM's ADC, and oh no, it does not.
Teleport coming in, Exisai is caught, a lot of damage done to him, but he's still alive, he's moving forward, he's not going to get it. Taya takes the kill. Now Fuzzy Mangoes use the teleport to get up there. That's a big cooldown burn, for nothing gained on the side of RN Black, but still the gold is within spitting distance of each other. And GSM, they're starting to scale off.
Yeah, and I'm just curious, how long can Taya be testing the luck here? I mean, so many times Taya should have died, and it just hasn't happened.
Yeah, he's actually limit testing LeBlanc here in a GRLCS match. And this is a match that GSM wants to win because once you get to 4-1, you're closer to being locked in playoffs. The top 6 will go, so if you lock 4-1, your chances go up so much. If you're at 3-2 at the end of this week, you're not looking so hot. You need to actually fight for this. Now Rito Torchic, he's limit testing too, and he found his limit. He's going to be picked off by Serenity. Himana as well, baited in by his ADC. A Shaco name, he's just going to throw a couple of spells to try and save, but a double kill going over to that deer.
Yeah, and while the main carries are not down, I mean, Lilia can't be stopped. I mean, she's going on a rampage at this point. She's just saying, all right, I'll take the entire team on my back. I got my support here. Let's go.
Yeah, and having this Lilia ahead is actually keeping RN Black in the game, really. You've got Serenity, who has 4 out of the 8 kills on his team, 4 out of the 6 useful ones, because Potatoes God has 2 of them. So you have a Lilia who's at 2 and 2.5, 3 items here, and the rest of his team is so far behind. You've got Exasai who's sitting on the Spellbinder and like a bargain bin of items. You've got Vanilla 7 who's on 2.5 items, and he's the ADC. He should be far ahead of the jungler.
Yeah, and it's kind of I don't know how to really word it, but Rito Torchic's been in some unfortunate spots. I mean, he wanted to get a pick on Vanilla a little while ago when Serenity first killed him, and then in this part, it's just Himana and Rito were just way too far up. I mean, I don't think they should have been. There was no main objectives on the board whatsoever. So for them to be so far up without knowing exactly where certain people were is already just playing the risk taker here.
Yeah, but we do see GSM, they don't want to take those risks anymore. They're actually trying to do a vision bait. They know that Serenity will be coming to this dragon. This is the sole point that they need so much. They have found Serenity. That's going to be Lilia. She's blown up before the Stand United can even complete. Damage coming through, but Vanilla has to use the heal as he runs away from Rito Torchic. This is certainly a free soul here for GSM. Unless Rito Torchic gets himself picked, Potatoes God has the Solar Flare, and we do not want to see GSM throw this away. They have Ocean Soul in their hands. That's going to make them so much stronger in these team fights, actually give them a fighting chance in this late game, and they've given up priority here. There's 4 men in the river, and now the team fight has started. Himana going to move forward. That's going to be the showstopper right in. That's the pick onto Vanilla. Now they just need to take down Potatoes God, Fuzzy Mangoes. We see the exercise already out of the fight. Fuzzy Mango's going to flash away. The Vladimir coming in on the backside, but I think it's too little too late. General Vici chasing down the Shen. Himana will go down, but now here comes Taya. He's got 1. He loses his life. Exercise, does he have the damage to take down Rito Torchic? 1 more hit from this Jhin will do it. The flash committed. Rito Torchic won't find it, but they do get a team fight win. 3 for 2, and it looks like that's going to be the soul as well. Shaco name is up. Shaco name has smite, and there's no way that General Vici's letting Serenity steal this, is there?
There has to be no way. I mean, Serenity's gonna absolutely try his best, but yep, the dragon goes down, and it's actually taken by the Jhin, so there was maybe a small moment where if Serenity got there, Smite comes in and immediately Soul is just gone.
But that team fight, the funny thing is, it actually leaves GSM even. They were slightly behind thanks to Serenity's double kill earlier, but getting that 3 for 2 team fight win, chasing Exasai away, it does give them the gold even. However, with that Ocean Soul, they are going to be sitting significantly far ahead in terms of combat ability, especially since Exasai still on those 2 items. He has completed his death cap, but I don't think that's enough with how strong GSM is with this Ocean Soul. Vanilla 7 as well, still on those 2.5 items. He's looking to finish what looks like it's going to be either a Phantom Dancer or a Runaan's Hurricane.
Yeah, as we keep talking, like, looking back at this previous team fight, uh, again, uh, there was the Vladimir, and I keep bringing this up, and I have to, but Taya's just forcing Exocide out every time. If Exocide has that Hemoplague and gets it onto like 3 or 4 members, then this teamfight probably goes a lot differently, and the dragon probably goes over to the side of Revenge Nation. But Taya keeps on baiting him in, forces the Hemoplague out once again to no one's surprise, and it's kind of like Taya's just like, I already know you're gonna use it on me if you see the opportunity, so let me keep on getting it out, so then you don't have 3-man ultis, 4-man ultis, where Vladimir really just loves to get into those fights.
Yeah, as GSM was taking down Vanilla and Serenity, I was thinking, wait, what's happened to Exocide? Why is he not in the team fight where these guys are all grouped up? Meanwhile, Potatoes God will commit that cooldown for the Solar Flare, but he will get the flash out from Rito Torchic. Now General Vici trying to chase down Fuzzy Mangoes. He is going to keep that Shen on his toes. He's so low now that his team fight presence, aside from the shield on Stand United, will not be all that impactful. Now the Baron dance begins as 3 members of Revenge Nation stave off the GSM push.
Yeah, and you can tell it's kind of mind games at this point. I mean, Fuzzy Mangoes will always be there for the fights no matter what, with the Stand United, with the teleport. And General Vici, he has the Death Stance, he has Adaptive Helm, and he has the board. So he's gonna be quite the menace for the Vladimir and Serenity, in which they know that those are the main 2 targets at this point.
Yeah, I mean, look at Vanilla 7. He's finished his Phantom Dancer, but that's a 3-item Caitlyn at 31 minutes. He's 0 and 5 compared to his jungle and mid, the other 2 late game carries, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3. Exercise items are so much more expensive than Vanilla 7's, so you can't fault him for having a Death Cap and a Spellbinder, 2 of the most expensive AP items, but Vanilla 7 just isn't able to put out the damage. He's behind compared to Rito Torchic. He's been basically executed every single team fight, whether it's before the Stand United can complete on him, or he's just completely left out to dry because his team has realized there are better carries. Now, the Baron is going to be started up. GSM may be trying to bait this. They have the healing. They aren't going to get chunked out by the Baron because they have that Ocean Soul. But they want someone to come and contest them. They want someone to walk up a little bit too far. Taya's looking for Serenity. He's going to get 75% of his health in one combo. Taya is going to get ulted there by that Lilia. Now a Shaco name is here to protect, but he may be out of place. He's got 2 people on him. He cannot heal enough. He's got the Ignite, and he is dead. Vanilla 7 takes the kill, gets the shutdown, and now GSM is jungleless.
Yeah, and that kind of looked like, at first, a great pick. Taya misses the binding, or the root. And that's where it starts to fall apart. Taya gets caught by the Vladimir. Taya gets caught with the sleep. Force the flash, Hemoplay comes out. And really, Taya kind of just baits the jungler in there, says, hey, she's one shot. Come on over. You can get that ultimate, and it's an easy kill. And it just doesn't come to fruition, and Shaco dies. But they're lucky enough that they just decide they don't want to go for the fight or for the Baron, as it's still kind of a toss-up with Taya, with Rito, with General.
Yeah, and we do see that Fuzzy Mangoes and General Vici have continued to be in this bot lane. They're both still farming up. They're pretty much even in CS, all things considered. About a 20 CS differential, but that's not that much at this stage of the game. General Vici has been able to force away Fuzzy Mangoes, but he hasn't been able to kill him or stop him from using the Stand United, and that's the big part that Fuzzy Mangoes will always have over General Vici. He'll have the Stand United, and he'll have that avenue into the fight. And now, with the Elder Drake coming up in 25 seconds, both teams are posturing around it. They do not want to let the other team have that, because that's almost certainly a game winner right there.
Yeah, it will absolutely be game, especially if the side of GSM do get it. I mean, there's no way that you can kind of come back from that. with the oceans, like they're not bad.
Oh no, Himana may have gotten himself picked. He will have to use the depth charge onto the support. Meanwhile, Fuzzy Mangoes is actually the one who's going down. The curtain call coming out. It is going to be Rito Torch free-firing onto the middle of Revenge Nation Black. They are without a top laner. They're without a main tank. And now they have to defend this Elder Dragon take, and GSM are more than happy to just go for it here.
Yeah, I mean, they want to take this fight. At this point, they really do. And Himana's getting zoned off, and it looks like they're risking it.
Taya into the fight, but he misses his, he's got his cooldowns off. Now, XSI, he has his Hemo Plate, he uses it. Himana gonna go down. General Vici going to use the Showstopper. He's gonna find one, but it's only the support. Rito Torchic now moving forward. It's 3v3 at this point. Revenge Nation, oh, Rito Torchic horribly mispositioned, steps right on a trap, and now Taya is alone in the back of the fight. Shaco Name can't do anything. It's Taya and Shaco Name versus the world. Taya is trying to bait XSI away, but they are not going to be baited. Revenge Nation Black moving to the Elder Drake. They've got the teleport coming in from Fuzzy Mangoes. They're looking for Shaco Name. They see him. Fuzzy Mangoes does not land the taunt. XSI moving forward. Taya has to jump away. He cannot risk losing his life and almost certainly giving over the base to Revenge Nation Black. The Elder Drake, it's here. It's able to be stolen. It's a 50-50 smite fight. Serenity going to get that very low, but no, the Elder Drake is going to go down before Shaco Name even ults. The Elder Dragon goes over to Revenge Nation Black in a giant turnaround.
Yeah, and there's so much to take in during that entire fight, really. I mean, you know, Fuzzy Mangoes, he goes down first, and then from there, they're like, all right, we can kind of start forcing them to want to fight us. And when they do, it looks like everything is going right until, you know, it doesn't. Himana is able to flash and grab XSI, but XSI still had the Hemo Plague up and was still able to get the pull off, so he nullified most of the damage done to him immediately. And then from there on, things just kind of fell into their hands. Rito Torchic, he gets anxious. He starts chasing. There's no reason that he should have been chasing right then and there. And yikes, that's a...
Caught way out of position. He is almost certainly giving over this Baron to Revenge Nation Black. It's 37 minutes here. With both buffs on them, Revenge Nation Black could very easily try to end this game 5v5. Himana has 25 seconds until he's up. He'll be back up for the Baron push, but I don't think Revenge Nation Black will be stopped. They finally hit their power spikes. We've got XSI with that third item, that Void Staff. Vanilla 7 has finished the Guardian Angel. He is even protected. Serenity finished 4 items. He's almost at full build. He's got that slot for control wards. And it looks like the boys in blue are running it down, cloaked in purple. They're going to take one turret, and it looks like they're going for the inhibitor turret here.
Yep, and, you know, all they had to do was just wait. And that's what they did. They waited it out, and...
General Vici cannot get the Showstopper onto the right target. He's actually going to use it onto Potatoes God. Serenity taking a lot of damage. He will be taken down by that final curtain call shot. Fuzzy Mangoes moving forward. The Elder Drake is still on 3 remaining members of Revenge Nation Black. They're going to find 2. It's just too much damage at this point. These late game champions are just too damn strong. It's a 3v3, but with the Baron and the Elder on Revenge Nation Black, they're going to be pushing into this base uncontested. They're going to find the first inhibitor. The minions are pushing into the top lane. Pings coming out from the blue team. They are going to rotate back. They want to bring GSM out from under their turrets. They want to force them to make a play here around this top lane. They want to try and end the game. Taya, one more shot would have done it. Oh, actually, the Elder Dragon has gone down, but so has this top inhibitor turret. Fuzzy Mangoes, he's going to stop that 4th shot from connecting, and 2 inhibitors now down in favor of Revenge Nation Black. They've blown this game open. They're 5,000 gold ahead. They've got the better team fight comp, and it is 40 minutes. This is a team fight comp.
Yeah, and now they're really capitalizing off of their strongest champions. And, I mean, I don't understand why exactly they decided to just let this game keep on going. I feel like there were so many moments where they could have just gotten a pick, forced it down, pick, forced it down, but instead they kind of started playing this slow and meticulous game where you really can't be doing that with a game where you have the Vladimir and you have the Lilia, who are both going to be super scary come later stages of the match. And then Vanilla, who's been able to get back in this game after getting that kill onto a Shaco name. So they're all just online at this point, and they're just saying, all right, we can capitalize off of these tiny mistakes that this team usually doesn't seem to do.
Yeah, GSM really, they usually play the team fight focused late game, just wait him out, play right, and Exercise, he may have found himself picked. That's going to be the showstopper, and the fourth shot will connect. Taya and Rito Torchic have enough damage to take down that Vladimir. That's a big team fighting presence here. Taya going to move forward onto Vanilla 7. He actually flashes forward. Zanya's Hourglass is here, but he's taunted. He's pulled in. He's got the binding on him. He's not going to die, but he's pretty much out of the fight. Serenity going to take a lot of damage. He's on the way back. The stun coming through onto General Vici. Serenity is going to get picked. The Deadly Flourish is going to be on. That's going to be him going down. Fuzzy Mangoes can't even get into the fight. He doesn't have the Stand United anymore, and now GSM, they have to back off. They have to tend to their base. They may be actually losing a turret here. They lose a Nexus turret during this fight. They may lose a second if Taya can't get there fast enough.
Yeah, and I mean, this was great. This was a great pick for them to take, but at the same time, Revenge Nation Black knew that the longer that the fight went, the more time they gave to the super minions to get down to their base and take out one of the Nexus towers. And while Exercise was overstepped, did get picked off there, they kind of were just like, okay, well, it's kind of worth at this point since they lost a tower. And really, with the Elder Dragon coming up and these minions starting to flood the base, it's gonna get even harder to try and fight for.
And really, that wasn't a true team fight loss there for Revenge Nation Black. They only lost 2 members. Granted, they were 2 of the stronger ones, but they only lose 2, they don't lose anything for it, and in fact, they gain that extra Nexus turret. They're going to have pressure here as the waves start to push in, and the Elder Dragon comes up in 20 seconds. The top lane super minions are still pushing in. It's forcing General Vici to move up there. And with 10 seconds left on the Elder Drake coming up now, they do not have the inside track. GSM has to actually fall behind, and the Shaco name is so low here. It's going to heal some up. Exercise has to use the pool. He's low as well, and he doesn't have an Ocean Soul to help him.
Yeah, and you can see, like, now he's just going and trying to heal up as much as he can before any kind of fight does break out. And I'm more surprised that he didn't use the Hemo play, because every time he's been in that situation, he's used it. But now he knows he cannot afford to lose that ultimate. That ultimate is a make or break at this point.
And watch as Revenge Nation Black starts to retake this Vanilla 7. He's just so strong. He's going to kill a Shaco name 1v1, flashing in. That is going to be Fuzzy Mango's taking a lot of damage. He's knocked up. That is going to be the depth charge committed. Fuzzy Mango's one more shot of the curtain call should do it, but he can't find it. Now General Vici is going to be 1v3. There's nothing that this set can do. He's tanky, but he is not that tanky. Vanilla 7 is godlike. This is a late game Caitlyn. Serenity, he gets the sleep onto Himana. Now the flash forward, Potatoes God is going to find Rito Torchic. The QSS comes out too late. Serenity takes a lot of damage, but he's not dead either. Rito Torchic and Taya are the only 2 alive. They have to try and stop this in a 2v5. Rito Torchic flashes over the wall. That is no jungler for the side of RN Black. Taya can stop something. He's going to be taunted. Is he going to have enough damage? Fuzzy Mangoes picks the kill up. Rito Torchic now 1v4. Can he find Potatoes God? He's got the 4th shot, but it's not going to do enough damage. The Elder Drake starts to reset. It's at half health, but Rito Torchic is against insurmountable odds. General Vici isn't up for 20 more seconds. There are no teleports for his team. Shaco name is up just in time to catch those minions on the inhibitor, and it is a lost cause. The Elder Drake goes over to RN Black.
Yeah, and while it was a good idea to have General Vici TP in the back and gain all the attention, it was already going to be super tough because Shaco name got picked off. Finally, Vanilla said, "You can't escape me this time. You escaped me at that mid tower. This time, I'm taking you out, whether you want me to or not. It's going to happen, and we're going to make you lose this game." They are very ahead, and they want to make sure that they stay in this playoff race.
and GSM is on the wrong side of the map. They don't have any members around this Baron, and it just melts to the damage of a late game Caitlyn and a late game Vladimir. It's a free Baron, completely uncontested, a 6,000 gold lead, double epic monster buffs here for the side of Revenge Nation Black, and they are looking to push this game in. They're not messing around this time. They don't just want inhibitors. They want the game. Potatoes God, he is going to get picked first, pulled in, ulted back, but the Stand United will complete. It is going to be a 4v5, 5v5 now, as Serenity comes into the game. Himana going to go down. That's going to be 1. That's going to be 2. Rito Torchic, will he make 3? He's going to go down. That's 4. Exocai is alive. No one except General Vici is alive for GSM, and that will be the final team fight here for RN Black.
And that was beautiful. Exocai was able to get into the back and just eliminated the main people who were going to be stressed. And I don't know why they tried to force a fight there. They could have just waited it out, maybe even waited for someone else that wasn't the Leona to just step up. But instead they just engaged it and said, we have to take it.
GSM, they didn't draft the right composition to go into this triple late game threat. They didn't capitalize early enough. They didn't end the game early enough, and it came back to bite them in the form of a late game Vladimir and a late game Caitlyn. They will drop to 3-2 at Revenge Nation Black at 2-3. They can still search for playoffs here. They just need to keep it in the pocket, right in this area, in the just under even. So with that, that will be our first game of the day. Heck of a barn burner, if I do say so myself. And we will be back in a couple minutes with our second game of the day, U.S. Army Esports versus Return of the Middle Sticks. So don't go anywhere, because we're going to be back with another good game. back, ladies and gentlemen. We are here with our second game of the day, U.S. Army Esports versus Return of the Middle Sticks. We've got these two teams, one of them 3-1, the other one 1-3, just like last time. And this, again, it is a playoff contention sort of game, because if Return of the Middle Sticks loses this one, it's an uphill battle.
Yep, and we'll say I kind of need the stream.
No, you don't. No,
I can just cast the game. But it is gonna be a little tough if Return of the Middle Six do lose here. I mean, I feel like we talked about it earlier, but this is a team that I think many people were probably expecting like to be stomping competition, and they've been kind of lost.
Yeah, I think we lost the stream.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, give me a sec. Let's see if this is, did we lose the stream? Hopefully not, but I think the answer is yes.
Minions have spawned.
Oh.
Yeah, we lost